Okay, hopefully this is the last one. Okay, let's finish with these cards here. Universe, you know all about it. Casey, tell your story. Sorry about that. Healthy mean loving yourself. So God wanted Mr. Meade to love himself. He didn't love himself to be ready for a healthy way of loving. So he might have had some problems home with his wife, but he didn't love himself. So maybe some kind of way, he a certain kind of way because something happened to him in his life. So it made him be a certain kind of way. He think a lady is beautiful or pretty or something like that. So he ready to love in a healthy way. Something happened some kind of way, and it made him be a certain kind of way. He was trying to pan out the court life. Oh, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Okay, it says right here that he was trying to see how long it was going to be with a female. So that's two different females. 1, 2, that's two different females. So we have my lawyer says, so maybe he was going to see a lawyer back then in his life or something that his lawyer telling him now. But he got to remember what God said he is. And God said in the storyline in here, earth angel. You're supposed to be serving the earth with love, not with negative. Something between 9 a.m. 9 p.m. will happen, or anything. Because it's supposed to be back then. And what happened back then up until now, I guess, right? So let's flow. He fought somebody who didn't look like him. And that was in words, financial, words, emotions, physical, or whatever. And that was Casey. He did. Okay, talking would be the only way for him to heal. To invite in a healing. Or for his parents. For Casey's parents. Intensity. He needed to cover his genitals back then. This officer. Okay, because he is getting high. He need to get his cell phone for help. Well, he did get his phone some kind of way, and he is calling for help to do whatever it was he was going to do. He is rallying, fussing, complaining, anything as far as somebody who didn't look like him. So we have with this card right here that he is forcing himself to cope with the hurt or something he was going through. Whatever that might have been, ask himself why did he even stay with whatever it is he was going through, something. So do he know all the facts and doesn't matter in something he was going through or something that was happening in his life or just about religion? If you want to be non-religious, will he? Because he was coping. Because he's saying he's sorry, but he's saying he's sorry only because it makes him feel better. Maybe a family situation, a relationship situation he had, or anything like that. Or it could be to Casey's family. I don't know. With that card. Okay. Casey went back to his soul right here. God say, well done. Boy, God wanted him, Mr. Meade, to go back to his soul. That means heal himself. Follow me? So we have right here, he wanted to welcome in a fresh emotion and welcome in a flow of love. Maybe from his home life or relationship, wife or whoever this is. He was in his emotions, being sensitive. Or Casey was in Casey's emotions and wanted Mr. Meade to welcome in a fresh emotion, not being mean and evil. Okay, so it says right here that he is dealing with something cognizable. Help was on the way though, because he's going to sit down and be a place setter, Casey or him, because he is in an environment full of G's, and that would be his co-workers, his department, or the jury, or whoever. Somewhere, he was somewhere. He had a sixth sense about the TP, about the house. Either he had a sixth sense about Casey's house, whether he lived there or whatever, or something as far as his precinct or some other place he was at, period, or whatever this is, or at court or whatever. Dealing with a logo, a symbol, or a company, and he wears a logo. He wears the symbol, but he was somewhere. Okay. So, can I help you? He asked somebody, can he help them? And he moved fast. And he moved on it. Or somebody asked him, could they help him? And he moved on it. So let me just put this with Casey and him. He was with whoever he was with. His other officers or whatever. He had a sixth sense about Casey's house right there. And this would be he worked for the company. He worked for the department. He was wearing a symbol or something about the symbol. And he moved on it. So he didn't ask Casey, did Casey need help? He went to see what Casey was doing to see if he could do anything to change things up. He moved on it. He could be an Aries. Casey could have been an Aries. The other cop could have been an Aries. Or he just was a leader. And he was a leader. Could he really cope? Because the family know. The family, the church, the community, the department. Everybody know. To something, whatever it is. To know. He a leader, he a Aries, or he's dealing with somebody who is a leader or somebody Aries who act like a leader, act like an Aries sign. When he complained about his ex, he feed his ex power. So he might have been having problems at home where he's broke up a little bit, if not anything like that. Maybe he's complaining about Casey some kind of way, or complaining about somebody in his department, or whatever this is. So bills piling up, a lot of money being spent. Let me see. A lot of money being spent some kind of way. So we have, here's an agreement with Casey, with his co-workers, with his wife, with somebody. Here's an agreement with somebody. Colleagues or whoever this is. Church member, somebody. So we have stopped thinking. He had to stop thinking that others knew more than him. He needed to stop thinking others knew more than him, because God said he wasn't doing enough to make things change up. So he was leaving it up to all of his training. He didn't make the right decisions as far as using his own mind. He was dealing with money business. He had to stop letting his ex hurt him or worry him in his life. So some kind of way he was dealing with somebody who was an ex, or who was a ex-friend, ex-partner, ex-co-worker, ex-job, somebody. So we have that he was going to embrace his growth. Okay, he wanted something to be strictly his, or ex, or somebody, or something. He wanted to be strictly his. And what was he going to do about it to make sure whatever was strictly his, because he wanted something to be strictly his. So we had winter time. He had to find other ways to make money. Because some kind of way he was growing money a certain kind of way, and he had to find another way to grow money. So maybe he's in agreement with somebody. He's trying to be in agreement with somebody to make money. Maybe the job, so if he wasn't getting enough money, making enough money. A lot of money was spent, but it might have been bills piling up. But really, this is the money spent card. So maybe it wasn't going good as far as work during that time period for him. Let's see what this one is. I'm trying to end it though. Let's see, Lord. I'm gonna end it, Lord. I'm trying to end it. You already say he need to say he's sorry, Lord. Census Act came out. The jail card came out. So let me just say one more, Lord. This is jumping out, whatever this is, up in here. He acted now. He wanted to act now so we can survive. So he acted now so we can survive. We wanted somebody to act now so we can survive. So he acted now so his marriage could survive. Because if Casey knew something, saw something, or was going to take him to court or could do a lawsuit or anything like that, he acted now so his family and him could survive. Or he called himself acting now so him and his partner can survive. If you go up at him saying that Casey had a gun. Okay, he's going to wrap it up every time. As far as like when he go to a job or go wherever, or this is a romantic card if he was seeing somebody else besides his spouse or anything like that. You light up my life, he might have told his spouse or somebody, and he need to be simply honest, or he was going to be simply honest. Okay. Why did his mother give him up? I wonder who I look like. So he wondered who he act like. Why did his mother give him up? So if his mother didn't show deep down love, because it come from deep down love, or wasn't supportive or whatever this means, unless his mother really gave him up, I don't know. He's dealing with programming, rules, agencies, his department. Follow me? So these are green. Okay, so he's dealing with a dangerous love. Pipeline. So he got an epiphany. Well, we got Casey was dealing with a Pied Piper, and that would be this deputy. They had a lot going on, and Casey got an epiphany, and he was kind. But we got this officer. Feel all right. He wanted full revenge on Casey because he felt like Casey was a turncoat. So we have he had to stand up against abuse, Casey. I'm sorry, they green. I'm just trying to see what it is. Oh, yeah, the chance. Okay, you have a chance to stand up against abuse. So Casey had a chance to stand up against abuse, or the officer felt like he was going to stand up against abuse if he felt like Casey some kind of way didn't comply or whatever he was feeling like, thinking like. So we got the kitty cat mission. He did something sneaky, like the cat, toward Casey, or he thought Casey did to him, anything like that. His story is flimsy because he tormented Casey. He devastated Casey. Follow me? Because he got back your ways of thinking. Back your ways of thinking simply mean racist, and you don't want to come up to today's time. You feel like, okay, we not bringing it up to now. We keeping it back there like it was. He deserved what he, I said whatever. Like you his father. You're not his father. You weren't his father. You was going to see it now. You felt like you was battling, but it was time for you to see. Well, Casey saw that he was battling, and it was time for him to see. You needed to look in the mirror, and it was going to show you the truth. Because you didn't look in the mirror for it to show you the truth. You looked in the mirror to let it show you what you wanted it to reflect back to you. You had to look with both of your eyes. And what did you see, God says? And he didn't have a gun on you. That's what you saw. But you made it be a gun on you when it wasn't. No more trying to impress. You ain't want to impress no kind of way. Him. You wanted to know, did he do it? Or will he do it? Any phrase like that. The problem was he was too nice. Did he want any help? He is going to be that runner. And he put his all in to make something his own. So, right here, be that runner. So he might have moved fast right here. He ain't run probably. He probably walked a little faster. Get my drift. And he put his all in. Get what I'm saying? To move fast. And I'm going to say, I'm going to turn this card around. He didn't want any help. Not from you anyway. Follow me? Because the problem was he was too nice. And you used your imagination and you made Casey disappear. Follow me? And you did it by force. Right here with this card. Here's some numbers. Can go with anything from license to whatever. Because something come from your childhood. You had to look at things and stop running from it. And you decided you weren't going to run right there. You was going to do what you was going to do. Full force. Because it's a force card. So we got any deterrent that caused the dysfunction you needed to get away from. Any deterrent. You actually made it happen though. You went and made things occur. You made things occur. You made things occur. You brought on all this chaos. You did that. God just wanted you to be who God wants you to be. The earth angel God says you are. But you, everything but that. You fighting and rebelling against God every step of the way. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to end this. Okay, Lord. Is it one more? I'm hearing step into my world. That's a song though. But step into my world. You wanted Casey to step into your world? Step into my world. Step into my world. I'm going to say a little bit of that song because it's coming out of nowhere. Step into my world. Come on, baby. It's not a world of make-believe. It's not a world of fantasy. Get what I'm saying? You wanted Casey to step into your world. So let's just flow. That just came out of nowhere. I'm just hopefully this is it. It was animalistic, controlling, dominating, fussing, controlling, or whatever you was toward Casey. It's obvious that you wasn't going to be scared of nothing. Okay, so we had the next one is I'm making a change. Believe what you wish. So I feel it's Casey. Because I don't feel like you just met Casey right then. Casey deviated from a conquest deal. Whatever that was, right? We got 17-1 or 71. Okay, we got another card I had to lay down next to him or her. We got a money card. So this would be, if it's nothing like that, if it's nothing like that, I got to whip the card around every time. So that means that a job or a job. How can I work it? There's money right here. So I'm going to say, if I turn it around, I got to change it all the way around that. What's his name? Mr. Meade had to make money to bring to his home because he had to lay down next to his wife. He had to provide for his house. I can turn it another way, but it really, I'm supposed to do that, but I'm trying to work it more than one way. He wanted a united front for with his wife maybe, because it seemed like he had some problems back then, some kind of way. Something was wrong. He had no more mind or crutches. Well, he wanted a united front with Casey some kind of way, because some kind of way he met Casey some kind of way. It ain't like he didn't meet him before, because the storyline making it seem like he met him before. He had to see, he was crying out for attention. This officer was crying out for attention, to be heard, to be respected or whatever, and he felt like he was being tormented. Torment me not. But when he shot Casey one time, 2 times or whatever, Casey was howling, crying out, and he said he was doing what he was doing. Torment me not. He see it now, no, Casey saw it now. Whatever it was to say. Okay, what's next, God? He was just going to go on with his life. What's next? Going to go on with his life like he just killed a water bug on the floor. God going to teach you some love, sir, before you leave this earth. God going to teach you how to love somebody besides your family. Because everybody's life is special. Everybody's. Okay, Casey was in pain. Oh, goodness. Someone is a genius. But he didn't realize that Casey was a genius, because the card already say he already knew he was meant for greatness, to do different things. But he didn't notice and realize Casey was a genius. Follow me? He had no more time for lack. He had to start being responsible for himself, though. Because he is sticking around fire with no nonsense lessons. Right? It was a relapse, and it was a war zone for the officer, sticking around fire. So he decided he gonna wash his hands on an African American, and that was Casey. Because he wanted to get to the melting pot, telling Casey, come on, Casey. Because he was a people pleaser. Or Casey was one, I don't know for sure which one was. He had to know his words had power. Got number 11. So, Casey was tattered, and he needed a miracle right then to save his life. So we have right here, this officer couldn't control himself in his own skin. He might like fashion, or Casey liked fashion. So we have right here that he wanted his needs met. And that was considered abuse. So he wanted Casey to turn around, or whatever it is. Whatever he wanted Casey to do, that's needs met. Anything. If he wanted him to listen to him, that's his needs being met. Whatever he wanted. Follow me? He wasn't going to allow the neglect of himself. He felt like he was being neglected. If Casey didn't answer him, he felt like that was neglect. And he wasn't going to allow it. So here's a money lover, this officer. A pusher of money, making money, getting money. Got number 7. So we have, he didn't look at Casey's life as being worth anything. He didn't look at him as being worthy. Follow me? He was settled down at the fortress. So inside the car, well, Casey was trying to get in his house to be settled down. But I feel the car right here because that's the only thing that they was trapped in for the time being until they came out. So it says right here that you can tell somebody now, do it. I'm scared. So either Casey could have told somebody something if he is in fear of his life or whatever was going on, or Mr. Meade. Because we dealing with a cat catcher, Mr. Meade, that had drained energy. And then we have right here, here's going to be a sensitive thinker to Casey. And it was a timeout some kind of way. Well, he was going to make a timeout. And he made a timeout by murdering him. I sound like a prosecutor lawyer. How would that just sound? Okay, universe. One more I feel and that's it. I keep saying it, but I feel that's it this time. Universe, tell me which one is it for. Let me just mix them and let God just guide me. I'm trying to get finished this now. Wiggle them around, universe, you know all about it. I'm trying to wiggle them around, wiggle them, so I can just get this done. Oh, shoot. Casey was dealing with the sheriff's department, right? Let's just flow. One more, and then I'm just gonna finish it. Now let's just flow. Bear with me. I gotta wiggle them all kind of ways so God can have it like God wanted it to be. So when I put them on the table, hopefully, I want this to be the last one, Lord, please. Thank you, Lord, in advance for this blessing. The blessing for the family universe that this case is going to be one. Put 2 more lawyers, hook 2 more lawyers on to the team of lawyers to wrap this case up and bring a guilty, not just bring a guilty, but make it where it be a conviction. Because God says 3 times, God saying, look at God, how good God is. Look right here. Look at these 2 cards. Look at this card. Casey could have did something against him, whatever it is. And he was thinking, should I prosecute? Should I tell him? Get what it's saying. Because he knew who he was. God said, it matter. You the star, Casey. You the light, Casey. Have some self-love here and challenge it. Because this officer needed to leave destruction behind. Because God said this man is an earth angel. He got a healing path, but he doing everything but that. Mr. Meade. Okay? So let's just flow. Is this the same card? That's the same card that I just had. Okay, universe. Okay. Okay. One more, universe. Give me this one more to end it. One more. Thank you, Lord. If anything is not right in none of these storylines, Lord, whichever one it is that's wrong, don't let it upload. If anything upload, Lord, I know all the cards is correct. If any cards is not right and I need to focus a little bit, don't let none go on that's not right, that's not accurate. If whatever ones go on, they are accurate. Anybody watching, you don't have to take nothing as fact that the storylines say, because Your mind and your opinion is your own. I follow what God tells me. I believe every card God put on the table as true. You don't have to take nothing as fact. Okay? Just jumping out in the middle some kind of way, whatever this is. A little bit more. Hopefully this is the last. I'm trying to end it. They noisy. I've been meant to say that. So we have some kind of way somebody, he said something to Casey. Casey took him for a joke. Yeah, me too. Or he said something to Casey, or Casey said something to him. However it's flowing. Or he felt like Casey was taking him for a joke, period, or whatever's going on here. Okay, he had a lot he wanted to express to Casey. Feelings he had to express, or Casey to him. Take it however it goes. But because he wasn't valuing others, or he felt Casey wasn't valuing him. Newsflash. Okay, he was being choicy about going to another state, city, area, or whatever. Because he wanted somebody to change, a man or a woman. Because some kind of way, he went somewhere with somebody. So I'm going to say this Casey house. I'm going to put this with Casey house. It's a hotel, but it's not a hotel. It's a house where Casey lived, right? Let me just work the card. I got to work the card with each storyline. So he didn't go exactly in the same car with Casey, but both of them went to the same destination. He went to the house where Casey was, right? Where Casey was living. Casey went there too, right? But Casey went first and then this officer came next, right? So they went to the same location. He stayed a little while or all night. We know he stayed a little while because he murdered him and then he left, right? Get what I'm saying? This side really stands for somebody you know. So I feel he knew this officer some kind of way. I don't feel like he a total stranger. It was an intense madness, God says. Because he needed to bring an emotional love that was needed for Casey. Because he wanted to be free from a commitment. Something maybe Casey knew. Casey saw. Or whatever this is. He was wearing the shield on and the helmet of strong. He is a cop, so he was wearing whatever, wasn't he? For the best option. Or he is going to have that kind of exterior to present himself. Or whatever was going on. He needed to be a realist because something was premeditated. Get what God's saying. We got number 6. Number 8. He is half good, half bad, like the Gemini sign. This officer. Follow me? You're half good, you half bad. But you put both of them together and it could equal the best you. So he's supposed to have been a pastor and he was a deputy. He thinks it's fine to murder people, but he said he a pastor. I don't get that, but I guess I won't, right? But he had to pay attention to his visions and his dreams, but I don't think he did. But if Casey had any visions and dreams, he did pay attention to it. It say you're on your path, so he on his path and he gonna go ahead, or he felt he was on his path and he's gonna go ahead. He had to accept it and try harder next time in love or in business, God says, right? He is educated, but God didn't want him to be a fool because he felt he was dealing with a jackal. But Casey was educated, and God didn't want Casey to be a fool because he was dealing with a jackal, and that would be Mr. Meade. So we got Mr. Meade here that owes an insane apology to Casey, number 1. He's in the spirit, and to his mother, his grandma, and his family. Siblings and everybody. Now's the time, God says. Even though God know you don't mean it, God still wanted to come out of your mouth. Because God know you don't mean it. Because you did what you did to him. So God know you ain't mean it. Because you got a gun that's going to shoot. God know you. You thought you was better than Casey. He didn't look like you. Another race. you did, your name is Meade, so you did something to Casey by a certain time. This not the date, but whatever date you did it. Because God said up here it was premeditated. Get my drift. You became unboxed, unhinged, upset. Follow me? Because stuff was stacked against you some kind of way. That's why you was mad with him about something that he ain't go along with, something you wanted him to go along with. Or this going to be what be happening at court. Stuff going to be stacked against you or whatever. Some kind of way you was dealing with trying to get money. Because you was dealing with a biller or whatever's going on here. So we have with these, this one here. To gain is to let go of what needs to go. In order for you to gain, you got to let go of what needed to go. So you might have thought you had to get rid of Casey for you to gain. Because you're following Casey. You see it right here. You're following him. He wasn't following you. Well, Casey felt like, and for him to gain, he needed to get away from your presence. Because you say you was drug addicted some kind of way or taking some kind of drug. But like I said, it could have been something for your headache. It don't have to be a bunch of drugs. But some kind of way you had something in your system at the time. Something happened. You might have been stolen from in a car. Well, you might have made it seem like he stole a car or something was stolen out of the car. Anything about the car. Because I'm trying to go soft with the card even though there's another word on there. I don't want to say it. Okay. You're fixated on his sexuality. I gotta say that what it is because that's what the cards say, right? I mean this one. And I can't go no other way but that one. Okay, wearing revealing clothes did it. You wore a certain kind of clothes or he had on some kind of clothes. Whatever kind of clothes it was. Okay, but this really is a girl card. But wearing revealing clothes did it. It could have been how the clothes fit. Or it could be something that's like got some kind of symbol on it. Police uniform, it got whatever on it. If you got a uniform on. Or whatever God talking about this card. Okay, if I know him, should I tell? So it wouldn't be you, it would be Casey telling. Get what I'm saying? Get what I'm saying? So we have right here that you was going to be tinty about buying something from the store. If not cologne or perfume for your wife or whatever. Something. Buying something. If you are having a hard time, God said don't stay stuck there in that stuck state. Your struggle was going to lead you to the next best place to be. But you wasn't focusing on God and letting God lead you at all. You were stubborn. The lesson your pain, God says, you needed to learn to respect one another. You need to respect people that don't look like you. Because you thought you was better than. The card said over here. So we have right here that, let me see. Glance at the moon. Wait a minute. These are light. Oh yeah, you was going to feel all your feelings because you felt they was your feelings. You want to feel every one of them. Nobody going to control that, I guess, huh? Okay, I'm trying to stop this, Lord. I am trying to stop it. I know sometimes storylines drag out, but that's not my intention. I got to have an end card, Lord. I got to have an actual end card to feel like it's the end. Let's talk about it. So we have right here that your loved one is here. God don't want you to be depressed. Your loved one is here. Start to live your life again if you're not. Because Casey was isolated. Why did I believe you? He got isolated because he got isolated. It's like tricked right there with that card. So we have right here the officer. needed a couple of love counseling or anything like that, because some kind of way, I think he was looking for jobs, job problems, or anything as far as jobs. He need to go home though. He wanted Casey to get into it with his feelings with him. Get in with me. He had them dormant behavior he's holding on for a keepsake. So we have right here, he mentioned it a time, follow me. So we have right here that allow life to follow him to the best places. He needed to be essential by coping, God says. Number 1. So we have right here that he thought Casey was treating him like a plaything, or he thought Casey was a plaything, or anything as far as a plaything. So we have right here, he changed his mind about a female, whoever that is. There's 3 different lady names in this story now. Whoever that is. So we have right here, never stop wanting the best out of love. Know that he had to love himself first. He need to love himself first and not never stop wanting the best out of love. Also Casey. He is going to plan his fortune, and he took his best shot. So he is going to plan his fortune, and his fortune at that time also was aiming at Casey, and he took his best shot because it's a rifle card, and then he shot him with a rifle. Because he wanted to plan his fortune. He didn't want Casey to mess him up, because some kind of way it don't seem like Casey was a stranger. As far as this officer, he's nesting. I want what I signed up for. A man or a woman. We keep getting cards like that. He's having problems home some kind of way. Maybe not working or whatever this is. I don't know. Okay, so boy, why is all these ladies' names? He's searching for a female. This don't have to be her name. He might have been on a site or something, because there's too many lady names on here. He might have been on a site. He might have been on some kind of site. Get what I'm saying? Because we got a lady name here, lady name there. I think it's a 4 ladies' name so far. He might have been on a site. I mean, it ain't bad to be on a site. We know that's not bad if you're on a site. But if you're married, it's bad, because you shouldn't be on no site unless you're single. Okay, he captured an opportunity at the lighthouse. Drug treatment, Alcoholics Anonymous, the hospital, the church, rehabilitation, any place like that. Okay, so here's a caterpillar, and he need to bend forward on things. Or Casey was a caterpillar. But this is his card. He was a caterpillar, and he need to bend forward on things, because it says right here that he was on the battlefield. God says she knows the truth. She's not innocent. So she know the truth. Some female know the truth, and she not innocent in it all. Or Casey knew the truth about something, but he wasn't he wasn't innocent, that he could tell whatever it is to tell. Or if not, that is some female who know the truth about whatever's going on, what was going on with this officer at the time. Fortunately, he's dealing with a she-bear, a woman in charge, a lady, his wife or somebody. So she know the truth about whatever. Mention us, people like Casey, who get mowed down and murdered because people want to protect their life, don't want people to know their secrets or whatever's going on here. I'm the light, Debraas Love 1. But this officer supposed to have been the light too. That's the problem. Got deep feelings inside. He had deep feelings inside. One of them had some kind of skin disorder, burns, marks. But we already know Casey had gunshot wounds. That was what was on him. I don't know if he had any tattoos or anything else. And they was put on him. Well, the officer got something. Burns, scars, tattoos, mold, bumps, pimples, whatever on him. Dimples, dents, or whatever on him. Something. Okay, Lord. One more. I keep saying one more because I feel like I don't see an end card. I need an end card, Lord. Okay, so we have right here, God wanted Mr. Meade to put the brakes on right here. Here, God, put the brakes on. Jason is name, right? Put the brakes on, Jason. God wanted him to play ball with his life in the best ways and make all the changes necessary. So he is going to see a judge, or he will see a judge, and he's going to get 10 stop. He might wasn't this time with this trial that just happened, but the next trial he's going to get 10 stop. Universe, you know all about it. I'm trying to end this now because I'm taking a long time with it. Universe, you know all about it. If you go that way, tell me. There's a gay card too, but I can take it another way. It could be where, if you're willing to do this with me, tell me. If you're willing to, I'm got to use examples, right? That don't mean he said this to Casey, right? I'm just using examples because I got to use kind of example. There's really a gay card, but I can take it another way. If you're willing to go rob a bank with the person, tell them. If you're willing to cheat with somebody, tell them. If you're willing to go buy a car with the person, tell them. Get what I'm saying? Whatever the person's saying, get my drift, okay? Here's the God side. You can't see it as light green. Are you willing to indulge to keep this person, to be friends with this person, to work at a place, or not get in trouble with the person or whatever? Are you willing to indulge Casey? This would be the officer. Follow me. Whatever the officer said to me. So we have right here that it was challenging. That's why we can't make it. Race and whatever else. Look, here's a black car coming right behind it. He seeks revenge on the Negro. These green cards doing me in. He absorbed to see if somebody was genuine or somebody him, because pressure was put and hyped up here. Racial abuse. Because he was there with a nearby place, something familiar. He was at a place that was familiar. So it could have been on that highway we saw the trucks riding down, in front of the subway station or wherever they was. I mean, not subway station, a subway store, wherever. Or in front of his house. Well, that's not a familiar place to Jason, yeah, but not for the officer. It would be, subway would be familiar for the officer and Jason, because that's a store everybody frequent or whoever. He went full force, the officer, because he wanted to grow a business. Or he went full force to go back to work, or he went full force to do his job. Okay, so we have he wanted to be treated equal and fair against somebody who didn't look like him. So we have right here, this caught him off guard. Somebody was cross-dressing. Not the real cross-dressing. I usually say somebody acting different than they usually act, like they was nice, now they mean. Or they actually cross-dressing, period. Or they just got something else on, like their occupation, and you didn't know what their occupation was. Get my drift. If Casey saw this man somewhere before, wherever he saw him at, and he was regular, and he knew nobody was a cop, he saw him the next time, he was a cop. Get what I'm saying? And he had to want to stop. If he was a person, if whoever was regular dressing, next time you see him, they actually cross-dressing. Or you talking to the person and they real nice to you, but next time you see them, they being angry and mean. So it's something was different. I don't know. I can't tell you what it was with these two, because I don't know. It caught Casey off guard. Because the officer was sadistic and he needs soul support. Because the officer was fickle and he wanted a second chance. He wanted Casey to talk. Or if not talk, whatever he wanted Casey to do, I have no idea. It's not ordinary. Casey saw something supernatural, epiphany, or the officer got one. He thought that he was so smart, they like green, that Well done. He got something done, accomplished. Because no longer was Casey going to be silent. This open your mouth card. Casey was going to do some kind of talking. But he didn't want Casey to do no talking. Well done. I'm going to stop him from talking. Anything like that. So we have right here that dots were scrolling at the duplex. And this would be at Casey's house, the duplex. So we have these are light green. He wanted insurance. He wanted to insure something to make sure it's going to be. Are you going to be there at 5 o'clock? Get what I'm saying? I'm using because it was a meeting place, some kind of way, for Mr. Meade with somebody he know, period, somewhere, or with him and Casey. However it's flowing. Because it was a meeting place, period. The card said, this is insurance card. You sure you want to be there? I need to be sure you're going to be there. I'm using examples. You sure you want to give me the money? You sure you're going to give me food? Get what I'm saying? I need to be sure. I need insurance. You sure it's going to be? I'm trying to use the card, okay? So he wanted insurance to make sure that he'd be somewhere or whatever. Whatever's going on here, or whatever he wanted insurance on something, whatever it is. He said he was ready. I'm ready, no more. Or he said he was ready in case he said no more to something. Or Casey said I'm ready, no more. However, some kind of way. Casey, somebody facilitated something to Casey and he shouldn't have went with it. Because this wouldn't be the officer's card. This would be Casey's card because Casey is the one lost his life. Somebody facilitated something and said, but he shouldn't have went, God says. You shouldn't have went, Casey. You shouldn't have went, or you shouldn't have did or went, or whatever this card's saying. Because right here, the person wanted to insure. But this one up here, you're going to be sure you want to do it, be there, or whatever the person talking about. Follow me? So we have right here that, these are light green. I don't know why I won't change the colors. Okay, he was going to go get his feelings. And that was the officer. In his feelings, he was going to go get his feelings. Do what his feelings made him feel like he was going to get Casey. And that's what he did that day. He was seeing everything in it. God says, God know him. God know him. He is gaining much hope in it all. We got the number 9. Follow me. So we have right here that he's going to change and chance it all. Because he looked at Casey as weak back. God know him. Death was the last resort. Was the last result. But also, he wanted to bring an end to whatever it was. He wanted an end to come to whatever it was. But he made an end because he murdered Casey. Because tension was brewing with him. And he did what he did. So he felt like he wanted to checkmate so he could have peace. Follow me? Next card is, here's around a place. A sinful place with glass doors. So we can have it as the police station, the courthouse, retail stores, gas stations, clubs, church. Any place that got the glass doors. He might have met Casey there. He might have been around, period. He might have been in any of these places you heard me name. Any place with glass doors. So there's a lot of buildings that got glass doors. Follow me? I'm going to take this and that'll be it. He had tendencies, God saying, that's a sure thing. Number 2. He was chipping away at Casey, but Casey was a pioneer. He wanted to justify that Casey cared with him. If he giving demands, he want Casey to respond. But if Casey got earplugs in, he can't. But if he saw Casey before this day, earlier that day or whatever, Casey wasn't hearing didn't want to hear what he had to say, anything like that, because Casey was taught to bow down to him if he is trying to control Casey. Or he was trying not to bow down to somebody he knew. Or he wasn't going to bow down to Casey, period, because he felt like he was in charge. He need to bend a little, God saying, gently close the door on it. Because God says that Casey had lots of life to live and was seeing his potential. So Casey gently closed the door on it. Because if this officer was trying to get Casey to do anything, Casey wasn't trying to do it. If it was anything like that. God didn't want Casey to loaf around. Don't loaf around, Casey. Change house. Get away from where this man was at. So, by Subway or wherever, at some club, on some website or whatever it could be. We don't know. Until actually he put the truth out there. Okay, Casey's not here to talk. But the card's going to talk for Casey because God knows. He is letting off his sexual tendencies. I'm the man and everything else to go with it. But he need to clear his mind. Because he wanted pillow talk. Through the extension or in person. Follow me, from his wife or from anybody else. I guess because if he's on a website or whatever's going on with this man, right? So we have right here that he needed to get chummy with a support team, or he was. A support team would be his precinct or the courts. Okay, so we have that he felt nobody's perfect, but the ex ain't for him. Some lady he was going with, or whatever's going on here, or he was talking to, or a job. Okay, he was jet setting, God says, and it was juicy. So either when he is killing and going after Casey, God calling that jet setting, and he felt it was juicy and fun. Get what I'm saying? Or he was out some kind of way at night or wherever he was, like the card says, traveling, moving around, or wherever he was, having fun, and he felt it was juicy. Either he had cheating ways, some kind of way, or Casey saw he had cheating ways as far as like being racist or being mean or not being equal and fair or whatever, or he had cheating ways when it came down to his marriage and some people or whoever he might have been talking to. He wasn't going to settle for Lex Casey as far as him talking to him any kind of way or mistreating him as far as race or gender or whatever, or his wife wasn't. To build himself up, he felt he had to tear others down, so he tried to tear down Casey by race, gender, or whatever he did. Well, he might did it with his wife too, I just don't know. Okay, he might have wanted Casey to be a substitute some kind of way. Or he might have felt like Casey, he was the leader and Casey wasn't going to have it where he like the person down here. He wanted to look at Casey as down here and he up there. He need to have a Libra type of thinking here. Or he is interested in somebody who was a Libra. The Libra sign or act like one. Or he is interested in a balanced relationship. Or he was dealing with some kind of substitute. Substitute female or substitute somebody. Follow me? So we have right here, I'll love you forever. So I feel like this is, I'm going to end it right here. This will be Casey to his mommy and to his grandma and his siblings. Everybody who love Casey. I'm going to end it right here. Be bold in this. Be bold and brave in it, mommy, grandma, all of his siblings. I just don't know everybody's names, but you know all of your names. Mommy, grandma, and all his siblings, his aunts, uncles, grandparents who all loved him, friends. Be bold in it. Be bold in it. Be like that lion. Be bold in it. Because God going to make sure this man paid a price that he go to jail. I'll love you forever, mommy, grandma, all his siblings, all his aunts and uncles. He'll love you forever. Casey wants you to be that lion. Because lions are bold. Lions are brave. We've been talking. You see, I got my lions right here. Grandma. Mommy. Grandma. Mommy. Grandma. And this one stands for the prosecutors. We need the prosecutors to be a lion. Need 2 more prosecutors. I wish I knew them people's name. If they could get hooked onto the prosecution team to nail this, to make it where it actually stick. Mommy, grandma, prosecutor. So I told you I love lions. And hey, I'm talking about lions. Casey, once you be that lion, be that lion. Be bold in that thing. Don't be scared of nothing. Don't be scared. Don't let nobody make you feel scared, make you feel like, oh, we can't win. Oh, no. Oh, no. Casey. Say it again, Casey. Say it again, Casey. Casey want me to say it again. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Say it again, Casey. Say it again, Mr. Debraas Love 1. Say it again for me, Mr. Debraas Love 1. There's no way in the world I would do anything to bring harm to my family and pull a gun on the cops. I had lots of life to live, and I love my family too much to do that. I'm not that kind of person. I was seeing my potential, and there's no way he would bring danger to his family. No way. He wanted peace. Period. Be bold and brave in it, mommy, grandma, siblings, prosecutors, and all that's involved to win this case. Because God says that he going to jail, but it got to be the best prosecutors, the best team of everybody got to be strong to make this happen. Because God said in the one I think I did before, whichever one, that it would take a miracle to make him a felon. So some kind of way, this first trial that was weeks ago or whenever it was, seemed like is a mistrial. But God wants him to be prosecuted, because God says it's unjust. Anytime God says something, when God says something, everybody better look. God says it's unjust. God says that it was senseless. God says it. I'll love you forever, mommy, grandma, siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, Casey. Let me show Casey before I end this video, because it went long, Casey. Mr. Debraas Love was in there with you. It's like 7:20. I've been on this for 2 days as far as God giving me the right cards. I've been on this because I heard about this case and I said, wait a minute. No. God said, do it. Okay, let's see. Today is the 24th of February 2024. This happened 2020. Let me see a picture of Casey. I'm going to end it with a picture of Casey. Sending love out to his family. Send love out to your family, Casey. Casey said he'll love you forever. But you know that. You already know that. That Casey gonna love you forever. You already know that. He just wish he could be here to actually give you some hugs and kisses. Okay, let's see. This is a nice one. There's a lot of nice ones of Casey. I don't even know Casey. I feel like I know Casey. I don't even know Casey. Look like he fun, he nice. Yeah, look like he fun, look like nice. Yep, nice, fun. You gonna get your justice, Casey. You gonna get your justice. God gonna make sure you get your justice, Casey. So you know, I can't even understand how it. Okay, this the pastor. I mean, well, you know, he's supposed to be a pastor, but I can't even put that in the same sentence. A pastor and somebody murdering somebody intentionally. you know about everybody in these different faiths they have. I guess they feel anything goes. People drinking and all kind of stuff. Here's another one of Casey. That's a beautiful one too. It's all of them is beautiful that I see. But that's it. So I'm going to end it for Casey's story from Mr. Debraas Love 1 Casey. I got you, Casey. I put a lot of time into your cards, Casey, to hear what God said, to get your cards out. And I got them out. And your family knows that you love your family. I love you forever, mommy, grandma, siblings. Wish he could hug you, but he can't. But just feel him around you because his spirit is always around. His spirit remains. His spirit remains. He's always around you. Even though you don't think he's around you, he is. You might get a thought in your mind, right? And you might say, Dad, that's something Casey would say. That's something Casey would say to me. Get what I'm saying? Because Casey is around you. Get what I'm saying? God just says, and Casey saying, be strong, be brave in this thing. However long it takes, be strong in this thing. Don't give up on me. Don't give up. Get the justice that I deserve. Get what he's saying. Love you, mommy, grandma, siblings, forever. This Debraas Love 1 Healer Tarot here on YouTube.